Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Monday, March the 27th, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Wild Unknown tarot cards. We're coming into this Ten of Pentacle energy. I love the rainbows around it. It could be like your inner circle, but I definitely feel like it's unconditional love energy. Like, I'll be 100%. I feel like things are lining up again. If you're someone like myself that's a healer or is always that kind of energy that helps others and being of service, I feel like April 21st, when retrograde starts, I feel like you will be helping others. I feel like you've gone through your retrograde. You know what I mean? Like with me, like you could, it's just like, that's what I was saying. I'm like, is there a retrograde going on? And I looked and I was like, April 21st. I'm like, okay. So, I want to do a forecast and projections. Today kind of got away from me, so I'm hoping I can do one for tomorrow. Well, you guys know it's Shabbat, so it doesn't stop till sunset. So it's just like, I go from like no postings to like I think I have 8 up now. It's crazy. But anyway, get back to the cards. So we have the Star card, and I feel like after a rough patch, peace and harmony will be restored. You will come through a time of abundance. You will come through a time of prayers answered, your manifestations being answered. So you're going to see a lot of things coming in that way. I love the 3 cups. I've been seeing a lot of threes, and I love the fact that getting together and celebrating. So we had like, I definitely was saying like, they were saying this before. Easter is going to be significant, and I feel like it's going to be like a big celebration before, unfortunately things get chaotic again. I know 21st is going to be, it's not going to be chaotic. It's just like, meh, like I'd rather like sleep in. I'd rather do anything but that. But it is what it is. We go to the 5 of Cups in reverse. So we're not concentrating on anxiety, depression, fear, worry, doubt. We are concentrating on, or it's like, don't deny your feelings, but it's just like, we felt our feelings and now we're moving forward. I know in my situation, there's egos that have to be stroked in this situation. And I feel like it's just like saying and doing the things that just like appease them and like kind of like a soother. And it's just like, that's what they're showing. And it's like letting things move forward. They're showing that the fire is out. They are showing ambers. So they're like, let it go to dust. So when I was like, saying this message, they were showing for TikTok, let it turn to dust. Let it turn to that ash. So I'm just like, that's exactly what you got to do. We have the Father of Swords. Father of Swords, when I see this card, especially when I do a personal reading, I'm like, eh. You know what I mean? When I see like lawyers and police officers, it's usually domestic violence. So in this situation, it is a very positive card. So they're talking about peace and restore and moving forward. This is a major message. I didn't even dawn on me. It was an owl, duh. But it's like, this is a major message. Things are moving forward. And I feel like, this was a toxic situation that needed to come to an end. You know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate, but you know what I mean? Now things are moving forward. We have the 6 of Swords. I thought this was the 6 of Wands, so Victor wearing the wreath. But there's that rainbow again, so I love that. Unconditional love. So we're starting and ending with unconditional love. You do see some cards off the side because they were definitely coming in one after another. But again, with the 6 of Swords, it's a positive meaning in this deck. So I feel like if you've gone through this verbal conflict, you know what I mean? I don't feel like so much competition on the floor. I just feel like conflict. That's what I'm going to be 100. We go to the 4 of Wands, and I feel like this is like regarding home. Again, going back to the Star card, after a time, excuse me, losing my voice. After a time of a rough patch, peace and love will be restored. They're showing the Ace of Cups. So your cup is going to fill. I feel like you're long overdue is what they're saying. And for this Ace of Cups, so it could be something that's been trying to come in, and it's like, I know my words, I'm just kind of like, dang it. I wish I could reiterate, but you know what I mean? It's like, what can you do? What is meant to be in your life is meant to be in your life, but hopefully they'll still do it, but you never know. They're saying big change, major change. I feel like it's very positive though. You know what I mean? It's like, don't worry. So we go to the 10 of Pentacles according to the Wild Unknown. Fulfillment and abundance. The Ten of Pentacles signifies material and spiritual abundance in nearly every area of your life. The number 10 usually indicates completion, and in this case, the journey was well worth it. So be generous, not only with your money, but also with your wisdom. Providing guidance to those who struggle, you will be rewarded tenfold. And that's not the reason why we do it. Me, it's just like, shoe on the other foot. I wish someone was, I wish I would have had someone that had my back a little bit more during that time, that wasn't trying to sit there and be a vulture, you know what I mean? And just understood, like, she's broke, she's in shock, she's broke, she's in shock, you know what I mean? Her whole world just got rocked, you know what I mean? Like, what can I do to help her out here? But, I realize now that I needed Yahweh and Yeshua. People have been apologizing for it, but it's just like, at the same time, it's like, it transformed me into who I needed to be. It transformed me and said, we got you, You may not have people in this physical world that have your back, but we got you. I do have a lot of people that do have my back. Unfortunately, they live further away from me. I know if my dad was physically here, none of that would have happened. So the star, hope, peace, and of mind. Standing outside of a dark night, you gaze upon the stars and sense the glimmer of wonder and hope. Definitely. And I've been saying that, even though when this was happening, it just, Yahweh Yeshua came to my mind and just this big smile came on my face. It's like, I don't understand what's going on here. I just trust and believe in you guys that no matter what, you guys are clearing the path. And they're like, we're clearing it like weeks. Like, even before you're coming here, we're clearing it, Even though you can't find concrete answers to life's many questions up there in the sky, you can't help but feel comfort and reward. Such is the energy of the star card. It is not about actions or situations. It's simply about connection to a part of you that is hopeful and sincere. This force will bring light back into your life and infuse you with positivity. A loving card. And I feel like that is the biggest thing, especially we start off with the Ten of Pentacles and the Star card. It's like, how can you not be happy? How can you not have a smile on your face? You know what I mean? It's just like, we go through these situations, unfortunately, and that's how we grow. With myself, it's like a lot of it was reminiscent of 6 years ago when it happened to me, and I'm just like, this is not tit for tat. I know who I am. I know who my heart is. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do what I feel is right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to let anyone influence what I do and how I react or how I'm helpful. You know what I mean? A lot of people will be spiteful. It's like, oh, well, you know what? Boo, 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 boo. So I'm not going to help you out. And it's just like, that's you. You know what I mean? I don't have that kind of wasteful energy. Me, it's like, I do it because that's how Yahweh and Yeshua and my dad raised me. This is how you are. This is your heart. This is why you're an empath. This is why you are who you are. Anyone that has continuously come to me knows that. I'm understanding. You know what I mean? But it's like people take advantage of kindness, but don't let them ruin you for everyone else. 3 of Cups, friendship, joy, bounty. The 3 of Cups is a loving card. It foresees you in the company of amazing friends, creating memories together that will forever hold dear. These are not any old friends. These are the people whom you feel a rare connection with. With them, you feel your true self. Enjoy each moment of their company. This card also indicates an upcoming celebration. Love about. And who wouldn't want that, It's like we work so freaking hard to be happy in this world. There's outside things. That's why I don't watch the news anymore. It's just like, they're unearthing more children at the schools. And it's not that I don't care. I do care. I care so deeply that it affects me, and it should affect us. You know what I mean? Because it's like, this is happening in our own backyard. You know what I mean? Their backyard. Like, we're guests here. You know what I mean? And it's just like, more needs to be done here. More acknowledgement needs to be happening here. If this was a serial killer on the loose doing this, we would be irate. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it's just because, oh, well, that was bad. No, it doesn't matter. God forbid, what I mean? This was a person that did this years ago. They're no longer here, and we found all this out. People would be losing their minds, you know? It's just like, it's like, oh, well, we weren't perfect once upon a time. It's like, well, you need to be doing more. Why isn't their water fixed? Why is there diesel and gasoline in their water? Why are they still fighting for their rights? This shouldn't even be a question, you know? We're bringing people talking about this great land, the land of the free, the land of, when you sing "Oh Canada" and you learn "Oh Canada," our native land. You know what I mean? So it's just like, come on, do more. So 5 of Cups. So this is in the reverse. This is where we concentrate more on the happiness than the cups toppled over. Anxiety, depression, fear, worry, and doubt. This is where in my situation it's like not to bring those things up to trigger people. And that's what I literally said to someone. I'm like, I don't know what to say when they bring up certain things because I don't want to trigger them and I don't want to make the situation worse. You know what I mean? I rather wait until things are better. And then, if they want to talk about it, we could talk about it, I have no problem talking about things. But right now, because things are still very fresh, it's like, how can I be of service of you? How can I sit there and help you out? Do you need anything? And we're getting this situation handled. So the 5 of Cups indicates a time of sorrow. This is where I'm saying reverse, you're concentrating on happiness. A relationship may fall apart. An old friend could slip away. There will be disappointment and even regret when this card appears. So it's like we've already felt these things. Yes, there was definitely regret here, but it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like one person's actions really rock the foundation. And I feel like this is how we move forward. It's unfortunate, but it's just like this is how we're going to move forward. So, nothing we can do now. Father of Swords. Fair, articulate. This is the Sword's family. The Sword has a gift of perception. As he has a distinct ability to remove himself emotionally from a situation so that he can truly see from all angles. He is therefore respected by others, who usually describes him as fair and just. He's a responsible man with deep ties to the family. And I feel like that's exactly why I do what I do. It's just like, it's not, when Shane passed away and my whole world blew up, blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If God wanted those people to be there in my life, if he thought I was this little broken thing, then he would have put those people in my life. People, there was just vultures circling around. I'm just like, you know what? I can do this. I got this. I've been doing it since I was 21. I've been doing it my whole life. You know what I mean? If we're going to be quite honest. So it's just like, keep on keeping on, I don't wish this on anyone. So it's just like, well, how could I be of service? You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not stupid though, where it's just like, I'm going to let people take advantage. I'm just like, I don't want to see anyone struggle. I don't want to see anyone, feel helpless or even start sinking into anxiety. You know what I mean? It's just like, if I could be that pillar of light or that person that shows that beacon of, kind of like the hermit. If I could be the hermit for this person and say, hey, let me show you the way. You know what I mean? Let me show you the way back to the light. I definitely will be. That's who I am. I always tell everybody, anyone I come across as a reading, as a healer, I will be by your side until you don't want me by your side no more. I'm here if you want to talk. I'm here if you things are going on. But at the same time, it's just like, I will not, I feel like I bother people. Like, all of us will say that, we don't want to bother people. Maybe they're watching a movie. Maybe they're with their family. You know what I mean? So it's just like, they know how to reach me when they need me. The 6 of Swords is a card indicating a recovery from difficult times. So this is where we're getting this lot of positivity. Hope is on the horizon. Things will get better. It's important to rest, revitalize, and surround yourself with joyful friends. And that's the important thing. Surround yourself with things that make you happy. Not everybody will understand it. But do the things that will make you happy. Bring the things into your life that make you happy. You know, it's just like it puts a smile on your face. That's all that matters. Plan a trip, short or long, even getting out of town for the weekend will further lift your spirits. So this is what I'm saying. Like things are turning around. So if you've been going through it, it's like, it may resonate. That's why I share like what we're going through, because it's like you may resonate with that. I don't share fully because I don't want to put everything out there, but it's just like if you've been going through it, it's like because when people are going through retrograde, you're going to sit there and be that light for them. You know? Like I said, with me, this didn't directly affect my foundation, but affects people I care about. So I'm like, trying to appease everybody. It's like, what can I do to help out? That's just who I am. It's just, I'm not sitting there like, oh, none of you were there, and no, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? If we all just did things that were self-serving, this world would be in a worse place than it already is. Certain like my I just they were sharing a TikTok and they were asking questions, and they prompted me and they're like, what's one thing you would change about men? I don't like that they cannot share their emotions. How many young people, old people, generations have, oh, the strong silent type? It's like that's why people are so broken, and there's mental illness and generational freaking curses we have to break, because they are told to keep those things to themselves, and it's like a pressure cooker. You know what I mean? I don't care what you resonate with as a label or a non-label. It's like, feel what you feel. You know? Feel your emotions. Find those people that will support you when you're down and you're going through some emotions, so they can guide you back to the light. It doesn't mean like when we say guiding you back to the light, does not mean like this has to be a biblical or an institution or a religious experience. This is life. Life is all about dark and light. As since the dawn of time, let there be light, because humans need that light. Why do you think there's the full moon? Because we need that light. So it's just like when you go through things, pay attention of who's there around you. Who's taking advantage of you? Who's kicking you down further? Who's sitting there and being by your side, asking you what you need and helping you be that hermit for you? Let me guide you back to the light. Let me do things. Let me make this journey easier for you. Maybe I have some kind guiding words to inspire you. Watch comedy, honestly. I love Mrs. Brown. It's a BBC comedy. And, she says that. It was her last show, and she goes, well, it's really a he, but he dresses up like Mrs. Brown. And it's like, we'll always be here. When you're feeling down, watch comedy. That was the biggest blessing to me. Wendy Williams and Friends. I started watching Friends again. I started watching a little bit of Everyone Loves Raymond, but it's just like things that would make me laugh. It was just like that escapism and that way to turn off your brain from whatever is going on. It's like your brain, that's how we get fried. I literally just said that to someone this weekend. I'm like, when you're tired, go nap. Like, he's like, I feel tired. I'm like, go nap. Give yourself that gift. It's not being lazy. It's just so you're being pulled in so many directions. And even when you're in your head, it's so mentally draining. Go nap. My sister taught me that. She's like, Jen, she's like, you're only getting 4 hours of sleep. She's like, at night, you're fried. You've been doing it for a year. And it's not like I was doing it on purpose. It's just I was just in such shock where my life had ended up, and how it affects my kids, And she's just like, 8 o'clock at night when I was going through this, my sister's like, sit there and, lay down. And she's like, even if you don't sleep, she goes, you're giving your body rest. It's just turning off your brain. And sure enough, I started sleeping again. I started napping, and napping turned into more and more sleep. And that's where the widow fog lifted. I feel like it would have lifted a lot sooner if I just would have done what I felt I should have done. I was just, going through what I went through, the shock and everything of it all, the widow fog. I just thought I was going to have a mental breakdown. By the time I'm like, I'm just on adrenaline right now. I'm going to get to where I'm going, and I'm going to have a mental breakdown. You know, and they never let me fall. Nope, not at all. You know, so that's why it's just with me, it's like going through that, you know, I'm empathetic to people in those situations. I don't let them use me or abuse me, but I'm like, how can I be assistance? How can I be some sort of light or positive thing in your life, even if it's for a couple hours to help you out, you know? It's like, it doesn't cost you anything to be kind. It doesn't cost you anything to help others. You know what I mean? We're not doing it because we expect something in return. You know, that's who we are. That's our essence. That's what humanity is supposed to be like. You know? Not all this rubbish that we see on TV. Or what they're trying to, you know, like how they try to turn us against the health first responders and everything. Because they wouldn't get vaccinated. It's like, yeah, they're the one that held the world together when you try to kill us. You know? So, if you're going through it, you know, find your people, honestly. And if you're going through it alone, it's because you're made of stronger stuff than you realize. I hope these words encourage you to keep going forward because you are going back towards the light. You've hit where you needed to hit, and now you're learning and you're growing and you're getting better and better every day. Every day in every way, my life continues to get better and better. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Monday, March 27th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card.